Hello, everyone. Because of the secrecy of this location, I have to read a little something to you, and there's no electric in here, so pardon me. But I wanted you to hear a little bit of history of this place, so I will read it to you. It says that this house was built in 1850, and it was bequeathed to the Restoration Council by Mr. and Mrs. Name Unknown, a member of the Historian Council. It said that this man lived here until his death in 1980, and it was his request that the home be used as a museum, and that it be open to the public as a legacy to the family. The family moved here in 1879, I believe. No, it says the house was built in 1850, but it says the family then came later, 1879, and the father was a cobbler by trade. I can tell you his name was William, and her name was Margaret. And it said that William's youngest of 4 children lived in the house his whole 90 years he lived in this home. The older 3 children in the family included a doctor that was Nicholas. We'll call him Dr. Nicholas. And then there was Edmund, and it doesn't mention the daughter's name. So I think that gives you some information, all that you need to know. And the rest I will tell you as I go through. So I'm so excited for you to see what is ahead. And in keeping in mind that the man wanted it to be used as a museum, just know that it's obvious that some things have been added. Well, maybe a lot of things. But there was a reason. Because in the entryway where I am about to show you, they moved in some old telephone company post office memorabilia in here, because they had no place to put it when the city closed down their old post office. And it is just so neat to sit here. I can't wait to show you what is inside here. And you can dream. You can look at the things that are in here and you imagine how the house was. So, having said that, get ready, because here we go.
Really? Because he was German heritage, and this was during World War II.
Really? Didn't know that.
Very strange.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to this beautiful, beautiful tour of this old home that sits quietly in a sleepy little town, nestled away with so many people driving by, not knowing what is inside this place. It was built in 1850, and there's just so many things that you will not believe are inside. There's so many memories. There's so many belongings. There's so many just things that you cannot see these days. Oh my goodness, from the old cereal boxes to the Watkins spices, to the very old cook stove, to the wood stove, the heating stove, potbelly stove. Just, oh my goodness, the attic having so many things in it. So many just unbelievable chairs on the walls. The old antique furniture that was inside. The old photographs. The old clothing. Oh my goodness, the old beds. There was just so much to see. I wanted to just stay there and just be able to go through absolutely everything. But as you will see, I was a little bit challenged. I had some camera problems, and I was trying to hold a flashlight, because on the day that I filmed, it wasn't the day of this drone footage, but on the day that I filmed, it was rainy, dark, and there was no electric, so I got a new hairdo. I'm just kidding. But it was very dark, and it was hard to hold the flashlight, hold the camera, and take the footage. So I'm sorry for the few little interruptions that were in there. Please forgive that. But I hope you will enjoy this video. I hope you will enjoy going back in time and seeing just all the people and all the things that had gone on in that house, and enjoyed dreaming. Nothing's better than going inside and just imagining what it must have been like for the people that lived there so long ago and for so many years. Well, without much ado, I would like to just thank you again for your support. Thank you for coming along on the abandoned videos. It's absolutely always a pleasure, and I feel so honored to be able to share such a special place with you. I am just thrilled today, and I thank everyone that allowed me to secretly go in and videotape this. My hat's off to you, Mr. Clark. I totally appreciate it. Without people like you, dreams just don't come true. Well, I'll see you inside. Again, this is KorrinnWood, your sister of decay for the day, wishing you a beautiful day. Don't forget to look at the pictures in the end. Bye-bye. Okay, everyone. This is the inside of this beautiful, beautiful old house. And you are not going to believe this, but I'm having terrible amount of technical difficulties today. So I started this and then a bunch of things happened, so I'm having to restart it. But this is the entryway. And they say that this man was very private. So when you came here to visit him, he would only allow you in these 2 front rooms. The other rooms were kept closed off. So as I mentioned, they moved the old telephone company memorabilia in here. So I'm just taking my time, just so you can see everything. And no one had been in here so long that they had to cut a tree away from the door last week. So, here's the old switchboard. You don't see these anymore. How do you like that? And a bunch of old insulators. Oh, look at that. And then here's the telephones. Old newspapers that are talking about the switchboard here and the operators. Back in the corner, you'll see lots of memorabilia. And here's a beautiful old stove. Isn't that just something? Okay, so let's see if there's anything in the drawer, like what they have in here. Oh my. And it's full of stuff. A little mouse. A mouse in the house collection. And just some little old crayons. Wow. Remember Crayola? These are the old-fashioned crayons. Remember them? Those are very old. And then a mouse nest back in there. Let's open it and see what's in here. So a lot of this stuff, this is an ivory, little known fact, this is ivory. And people used to use those in their hair to open things with. So there's that. And we're going to open the next drawer. The next drawer just has a few bits and bobs, as we call it. Let me show you. They say that the man that lived here was very Catholic. So you'll see Catholic memorabilia all around here. And just very old. Oh, look. Look at parking committee. Just a plethora of old-fashioned things. I mean, you can't. This is great, everybody. Look at this. Valuable papers, it says. Ooh, and old stamps. And I'm a notary, so I know that that is a notary stamp, so you can notarize things. And let's see. Oh, another mouse in the house. A nest in here. Ooh, fuses. And there is no electric in here. That's why I have my flashlight. All right, we're moving on. Look at, and they have a little drawer that they could extend and write on. Okay. So open this up. Oh my goodness. You can't make this stuff up. All kinds of little goodies in here. Just a bunch of old things, right? An old menorah. That's what it looks like. Okay, so there's that. All right, I'm gonna shut this. And, woo, and there's a bunch more of the old things that just came with history. I'll have to shut that later. So again, here's the old postal area, and let's see what's in here. Here's just an example. Hello, we have decided to visit some relatives in the southern area. And it says Edward Fisher is writing, and it's 1942. So imagine that. So there's just some correspondence in here, back and forth. Just some old letters. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the next leg of the journey. We're going to come in here. And it even says here, I'm sorry, notary of the public. I was really sorry I became a notary. I'm just saying, people come out of the woodwork. All right, so look at that. So many neat things. Your wall pockets, they used to call them. And this is not a pocket, it's just a shelving. And I'm greeted by these old pictures, and they're of a Catholic church, and it's called the Rectory Church, 1861 to 1941. It doesn't give an area of where it is. But see, people haven't been in here in a long time. There's old air fresheners, old candlestick holders, an old shelf that has fallen. So it just, and dust is really everywhere, is evident, as you can see. Everything's just coated in dust. Now this picture I found over there in that cabinet, and this is what started all this. This is an old class photo, and it says it's a layman's retreat in Notre Dame in 1938. And so I'm going to imagine this man went to school. So let's see what's in these little drawers, everybody. Oh, it's just an old sewing drawer with more mouse in the house knickknacks. More sewing knickknacks. Very nice. Okay, let's see what's in here. Old spools, used spools of thread, buttons, you name it. But look at the wallpaper. Here's an old-fashioned mirror. Look at how it's just chipping away from the door, and the old type door that you could open it up and let air in the top, and there's a nest right up in the top there in the center. Ooh, look at the wall covering. Can you make that out? They say that he was just a very, 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 very religious man. But look how it's rotting away. Time is just moving in, and something just looks like it's has been oozing in through the wall. It would take a lot to bring this place. Who knows how much longer it's going to stay. And it said this is a World War I uniforms hanging here. And again, they had to cut a tree away from the front door to get in last week. So no one has been in here in so long. And there's just some old newspapers and pictures. That's where I got that picture from. So let's see. Here's an old cupboard. Oh my goodness, you guys. Let's see. There's got to be a way into this. I know. Like, you should know your way in. I really don't. Where is it holding on at? Somewhere in here in the center, I would imagine. I'll have to figure that out. But look at this. This must have been Margaret, I'm assuming. Let's see. There's a bunch of old letters. And just so old. 1936 letters, old correspondences. Calendars. Look at, there's newspapers. Let's pull a newspaper out. We'll see what it says. I'm sorry it's so dark in here. Just a minute. Okay. So I have a newspaper. And it says it is from Wednesday, April 16th, 1930. My, just history, full of history, everyone. Here's the drawer, more mouse in the house. They've had lots of places to sleep. Nothing's in here. So, all right. We're going to shut that up, shut this up. And more Catholic memorabilia on the walls. And this beautiful old, some kind of mahogany colored wood. Look, there's an old, very old baby's cradle or carriage. An old baby's rocker. There's rockers on the bottoms. I don't know, room 2, if that was for the doctor, but just look at the old chair. Okay, so beautiful. All right, so this is this room, and I've had to put a few lights in here, but imagine it. Okay, so we're going to come in here. Automatically, I'm greeted with just beautiful, beautiful original carpet. Well, how do you know that? You can just tell. Oh my goodness, and look at, there's a bunch of family photos. I'm going to see how much natural light can, but you can see, look at the wallpaper, everybody. Look at the ceilings, and now time has given way, and the wallpaper is coming down, the old shades. Look at this, just look. An old, look at this, isn't that beautiful? And it says it was 300 years old. I don't know when, so it's probably more than 300 years old. And as you can see, there's a picture. And let me get some light over here. Animal feces in the corner, so obviously things have gone on in the corner. There's an empty King Edward box. But look at this. Time is just taking away. I'll try to get a close-up. Everything's just rotting away. It's really sad. And look at the old curtains. They're basically like screwed up there. Is that something that they used to do? And the old door just has all this on there, all the paint. Okay, so here you go, the old, oh my gosh, it's so beautiful in here, everybody. Look at it. Nails up here. So they used to have something right up there hanging. It's hard telling what, but really old rusted nail holding this up here. Look at that. Pretty cool. Paperweights. Man, 1872 that paperweight was made. And there's just little shells. You know how you go on vacation maybe and pick up shells from here and there? Oh, look under here what I spy. Oh my, let's see. Okay. It's got some weird decoration on the front. Let's look up. Okay. Oh, look. Photo album, everybody. Oh, look at the baby. Oh, look at the well-to-do aristocrats, eh? My. So you can tell these are just really very, very old. And it's just sad. We don't even do photographs now, do we? Everything's digital. What's going to be left for us when you think about it? Oh my. Look at that. It says Coldwater, December 27th, 1892. So I don't know who these people are, but this is probably the last they will be seen. I guess it's important that we should do pictures, everybody. Keep our pictures. Like, put them on paper. There's no names on anything. Oh my. She was styling. Look at her attire. She was getting all into it. Oh, she looks happy. A matriarch of the family. Look at. Here we go. I wonder if those uniforms had anything to do with the uniforms that are hanging in the other room. Look at. All right, I won't stay here on these pictures. I'll try to move through, but look at. And I'll get some snapshots at the end. And it says something. It says, someone children, John W., Donna, and Hernando. Well, you can probably read that. It says, there was something in his eyes. Maybe you can see it. The family, it says, due to Donna looks like I did it for. So whoever Donna is. And it says, this just is a picture of me. The other girl is a friend of mine. Friends from back in the day. Brothers and sister. Okay, I'm going to move on. Look at this old pottery. Look at that. And it looks like an old candle. But take note of the old furniture. Isn't that something? And let's see if anything, if this is a table that has a drawer. It doesn't. But it's got a real old book and a really old doily on here. I did put the candle there for light. Look at the old-fashioned mirror. And a picture. I don't know if you can tell what she looks like. There. More memorabilia. And look at this. You can just see the age of everything in here. Look at this. Wouldn't this be wonderful to have? A chaise lounge. And look at the, I want you to take notice of the fabric and how it's done. See if you can see this. That's better. Look how it's done. It's got these knobs, and you can tell it is absolutely original. And it had rollers, old-fashioned rollers on it. But look at it. It's just beautiful. Oh, look, an old-fashioned fan. I'm sure they would need them. Oh, my goodness. Look at this man. Very respectable. I'll get to the side. Maybe you can see him better. That's a very old photo. My. Look at, there's an old photograph of a dog. Look there. Is there just too much of a reflection? There. Look at this, everyone. People from the past. Maybe they lived here. Maybe this is the man who originally moved here. Look at him. This is the man who lived here, you guys. The last person that lived here 90 years. They say he was a very nice man, very private. What's in here? Let's see, I gotta get my light out. In here, there's a key. There's a little box. What does the box say? Oh, it's empty. Imagine that. Prince Albert in a can. Can you see that? Prince Albert in a can. That's Prince Albert in a can, everyone. Okay. Look at there. An old magnifying glass, I would take it. So I'm going to put that Prince Albert back in the can and shut him back up. We'll see if there's anything in the drawers. Oh, look at this in this drawer. This has miscellaneous papers, it says. And this is a picture of the old house, and it had to be a very long time ago because those stumps are no longer in the front yard. And this is a winter shot. Let me see if I can get a better light. That's a winter shot. There's snow on the ground, snow on the roof. Look at that. An old candlestick sitting here. Okay. So in here, more Hot Mouse in the House. More Catholic memorabilia, booklets, papers, letters. You want me to open just one just to show you? Let's see. There we go. Oh boy. I lost my special lens again, you guys. Who knows where? I'm going to have to look for it. I'm always losing it. So there's old letters. Postcards. They're just random papers, it appears to be. So I'll put them back in a bit. Just old papers. So we'll put that back. I got to take some pictures later. But okay, so I lost my lens. Who knows where? That is never good. Oh, there it, look at, there it is. Okay, those little lenses are hard to come by. Okay, so we're going to open the next drawer. Boy, it takes two hands, everybody. Okay. And it shows some soldiers. I don't know from what that's about, but it's all the same pictures. Some old mouse in the house things, nests in the corners, old fabric. Really nothing out of the normal, just old fabric. Oh, look at right here. We have some blessed candles. The mice are going to be really blessed because they ate them. And then it shows a couple old candles in a box. I never knew that you could buy blessed candles, everyone. I don't know who blessed them, but isn't that unique? Let's see. Out here, there's just random pieces of paper. So I'll shut this again. Oh, and the last drawer. The last drawer has miscellaneous photos. Let's see. Let's pull them out. Let's see if there's a few photos that might be interesting. Oh, yes, right away. This is this house, how it used to look. Can you tell? Let me see if I can get up to the light to show you better. Look at that. This is the original home, how it looked out front. There was two signs on the front of the house and two men standing out front looking very stately. Look at how beautiful the doors. This is the door right here to the right that I am in. Isn't that neat? All right, so that is what it used to look like here. So see, you never know what you're going to find. Apparently somebody did come in here, they said. There was a woman looking a little bit ready for her picture to be taken. Just old photographs of miscellaneous things. Yeah, I'll have to put these back. So I will take pictures at the end of some of the things that I didn't show you in here. And I will put them, as I said, in the end. Okay, we're going to move on. So I just want you to have one last look. You ready? And we'll shut the drawers. Look at this old clock. couple old faded photographs, an old fan that you use when you're hot and the wall is cracking. There's a child with a dog and a little girl with a kitten. And that, as you can see, the wallpaper is falling away from the ceiling. It won't be long until it gives way in this beautiful old cupboard. His father and son. What a beautiful home where he spent his whole entire life. There. Okay. So now we're going to come up around here and we're going to go ahead, take one last look before we go upstairs. And I'm going to shut and secure the door because in these places you never know who will come in. Oops. There we go. So I locked the door. So now it's just us. I know I haven't showed you the kitchen yet, have I? We're going to go upstairs and then we'll show you the kitchen. Oh, what is this? We almost missed this. There's a door. So I'm going to move this chair. And we're going to look behind this chair in this closet or whatever it might be. Yeah. This is a utility closet where through the years people have put things in here, as you can see. Just a collector. Look at, here's an old, very old broom. Oh, can you tell? It's got metal bristles on the bottom. I don't know how well that's going to show. But there, as you can see, just some old things. A lot of old cords. I don't know why there's not electric in here. Maybe from the days that there was electric. So then I will shut that. But here we go. Are you ready? They said nothing was in this. Want me to look to see? I think I need to look. Ooh, it hasn't had anything moved on the top in a very long time. There was all kinds of dust. Oh, see, people, there's old fabrics in here. Very cool. Okay. Did you see that? Maybe you didn't. Let me see. Oh, I am telling you, you guys, I'm really having difficulties with the camera. Everything is just acting really squirrely. And I don't know why, but here we go. There's just some old fabrics in there. Then I'll close that. There's an old pot. This is an old bathroom pot. Want me to show you? Let's see. If you open, look at all the dust. If you open the lid, there's a little chamber pot you can go potty in with a really old nasty doily on it. But okay, you ready? Here we go. We're gonna go upstairs. Look at the flooring. Can you see the design? This is so old. It's like stapled on. Man. And this is something, this looks like the 60s. Like they're like, let's put some carpet on the stairs. All right, you ready? Here we go. Ooh, I always love. Look at, there's chamber pots under the bed, y'all. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got here. I'm gonna see if there's enough natural light for you. I think there will be. We'll try it. Here's another old mirror. I'm gonna go slowly, but look. There's an old desk chair here. See, there was a desk that would pull out there. There's an old ledger. There's an old doctor's bag. And I don't know why they brought in the son, Nicholas. He was a doctor. I don't know why. Maybe the brother was so very proud of Nicholas that he kept all the memorabilia. But they said that he wanted this house to have the family history And indeed, you can tell. Pajamas, a little warmer for underneath the blankets, hats, a closet, mirrors. Look, you guys, at the old bed. And here, very, very old hats. And we'll look in here. In here, wow, there's some old, very old pictures of children. Like, it looks like an old class picture. Let's see if this will, there we go. Camera's really messing up. I don't know what the deal is. So just a plethora. Here's some old ledgers. And again, the man was Catholic. But it looks like it's just a bunch of money keeping track of records. Apparently they like blue. Blue must have been the thing. Look at the beautiful design on the top. Look at the old dress. Okay, I'm going to shut this drawer. And there's just, it looks like just a bunch of old fabrics. So, and old brushes. Again, old crosses. All the old talcum powder. And there's nothing, ooh, there's something in that, ooh. I'll put those back up. It says talcum powder and it says lilacs and roses. I am going to open it up and see if it really smells like lilacs and roses. Wish me luck. Oh my gosh, you guys, it does. It smells so beautiful. I don't know about lilacs and roses, but it smells awesome. Let me put this back up. So who knew? There's real powder in it. And it says Clary Watkins, the Watkins talcum powder. Okay, so we'll stand all that back up. It says borated powder, antiseptic. Ooh, okay. Who knew? And then deodorant, June night deodorant. Yeah, it was a struggle then too. Toothpaste with toothpaste in it, literally. I don't know, like, from how long ago, but you can tell it's full. I'm not going to open it. That one looks like the top's been jostled a little bit, but so there's that. Here are just a bunch of old medicine bottles, ledgers. I'm going to turn off my light and let you just see what all there is in here. Look at it. It's just full. Ohio veterinary. So a veterinary. All right. So we're going to go into the next room. And obviously this is original flooring, you can tell. But in this room, there has been a lot of changes. It almost looks like they have used, from Chief White-Eye, they used past pictures. So I would imagine that this was probably the parents' bedroom at one point. So you have to look, just see the room for what it is without all the things that have been put into it. But this is just a bunch of memorabilia, a bunch of calendars. There's one from 1941, 1938. Just a bunch of old memorabilia that this man, William, didn't want to go to waste. And they said when they first came in here, this place was just stacked with things. And right here, if you look out the window, you can see down at the street. But they said it took someone a long, long time to get some of this together and fixed, and because everything was just piled. So it's hard telling. A powder flask, an old photo, just bunches of old things, memorabilia. Imagine it. All this in this house that was collected over the years. This sure looks like some funny. This one is 1942. And this says Home Sweet Home. And this is made by the same company. They were like a 3D, look at the deer. They were like a 3D punch out cardboard. Very beautiful. Just old time memorabilia. School items that they had saved from the school days. And I don't know if anything's in the drawer. There's things in the drawer. There's just, let's see. Wow, that's a pencil. Look at the size of that pencil, you guys. Like, look how big it is. It's huge. That is like a huge pencil. Man, and it didn't have an eraser. That is huge. Okay. Oh, can't make that stuff up. What else is in here? It's just Mother Hubbard's rhymes, old school rhymes. So they took all the school things and just put them in here. How do you like that? And I don't know. There's nothing in that, but see how there's containers, umbrellas, a beautiful old chair, and beautiful pictures. I haven't come across any looks like real paintings, just pictures. I imagine the really expensive things didn't make it. Like they probably removed those. But look at it says the Chief White Eye Gallery. So pictures, 1968, upper left, through the years that people drew. So see, they have made this into a museum, but imagine this room before all that was in there. And then underneath the tarps, old wallpaper books that they found. There's an old calendar and just many, many things. And there's different types of wallpaper in these books. Montgomery Ward magazines that they found. So these are just old magazines that were here that they had found. And just imagine it. We'll lift this up and see what this, there's a very old chenille, beautiful covering. But let's see, a bunch of old magazines that they found. 1937, just 1870s, 1937, just all kinds of magazines that they had found from throughout the years that were stored in this beautiful room. And it's hard to believe that they've made it through so long. Whoops, and look at this. I guess that was some type of toy at one time. An embosser where you could punch out things. Isn't it beautiful in here? So let's see what's under some of these others. An old Sears catalog. I wonder if they have the one. Do you guys know what the one? I can't tell you. If you don't know, I don't want to mention it. About the one Sears catalog. Let's see what's under this. Okay. Here are some more 1938 Watkins. We all love Watkins. I love Watkins. 1936. Can you see all this? Just beautiful setting here. All this is family memorabilia. So that would lead me to think maybe something was here, under here. And I'm right. Old books. Green stamps. Chevrolet, 1937. Look at that. Okay. Ooh. Something just moved by itself in that corner. Okay. If you remember what this was like, you'll have to put the film back on how this room looked before. The shade came down. Alright, so I'm going to move along. Look at this old latch door. Let's see what's behind it. And the floor kind of gives way. So this is beautiful. The door kind of has an archway to it, a slight archway. And it's got a latch that closes. The door doesn't close all the way now. But you can see the beautiful, intricate latch. Okay. So, you know, time takes over and things aren't like they used to be. Like all of us. Okay, this is moving through again. We're going to show you one more time this room in its entirety. All right. Then we're going to show you this room in its entirety. Look at that old hat. It's really aged, like falling apart. And the ceiling. Yeah, look at the ceiling, how it's just patched. Okay. Many years went by in here. And now it sits all by itself. How sad. I just want to sit on the bed for a moment. And imagine what it was like to wake up and just look at the windows. Look out. It's a rainy day here. And it just sits here like a shell. I don't know if they'll start using it again as a museum, if it will reopen. I know nothing about that. Okay, I get up. Original flooring. Neat. Okay, and it says out, will return. And it put, somebody wrote, can you see that? I am. They wrote, hand wrote that out, and I will. Look at there. Class of 94, and I think it's 1894, y'all, not 1994. Okay, we're gonna go around here. Okay, they call this, get ready, the crockery room. Look at this. It's incredible. Just take it all in. And they say that animals got in here and knocked some things over and broke them at one point. Raccoons or something. Just look at it. Full. Look at the dust on the bottles and the window. Can you see that? And I'll take photos after. But imagine all these crocks that they had saved over the years, putting different things in them, making different foods, different beverages. Not saying nothing. But look, all the bowls. All of those funny jars. I have two of those at home. Those funny colored jars. And I have quite a few of these that I've collected over time. The bowls. Look at that. Just so many things. Baskets hanging on the ceiling. What that's about, I don't know. But you can see there used to be a stove because there's the telltale signs. And the ceiling just has a lot of really old plywood. So I'm wondering if they just stuck that up there. Look at that window. Can you pick up all the nature coming in there? Okay, so I'm going to move on. I just wanted you to be able to see all this. Because it's unbelievable that this just sits here in time. Okay, let's go downstairs, everybody. Whew. And look at what I'm walking down. It's so steep. And all the wallpaper is just giving way. Ceilings are cracking. Time is taking over. Okay, here we go. This looks like an original banister right here, this handle part. Okay, here we go. And you had a lock here, so at night, if you felt a little unsecure, you could just lock. All right, original plasterboard behind there. So this is the original wallpaper, everybody. What room 345 means, I don't know. You tell me, we'll both know. But here we go. There was a metal handle here, so you a flask. So here we go. I'll let y'all see this room. I'm trying to, there's just not a light today. It's so rainy. But I don't want to ruin it, but here we go. So I imagine this bed was upstairs in the parents' room, I would think. But maybe the parents, as time went on, or Edward, William, whatever his name might be, maybe he moved the bed down here. Okay, so there's that. Now we're going to move on to the kitchen. I have not shown you the kitchen yet. I imagine that this was just a very nice greeting room before they moved all the things in here. Let's go in here. You've already seen it. Okay, look at the wallpaper. And they have the original hangers and nails and, yeah, you can't see it well. The old brooms. And the wallpaper is really unusual. It's like a hard cardboard hand-painted wallpapering. And the floor slants here a slight bit. But someone showed me that this was where they would get ready in the morning. Right here. See the mirror? You could move the mirror and extend it. There was a wash basin right here. Something to shave with. A little mirror up there. And then here's a case. And you can tell this is original because of the color. What do they call it? Patina. Yeah. I want to know what that is, you guys. You tell me what this right here is. Please comment below and tell me. But here's just some old things. I'm opening the drawer. And we have Mouse in the House. I always call it Mouse in the House. Lots of old silverware. Clothespins, actually. An old hammer. An old picture in there. And you ready? Here we go. We're going to do a slow pan. Taking it all in. An old stove. And it actually leads somewhere, so I imagine that could have been. Looking outside, autumn is approaching. And the trees are growing over the door here. But here's an old match caddy to start your matches. Something to catch debris in. And back here there's wood. There's an old tablecloth. Just some old things here. Coffee beans, tea. Nothing's in there, an empty cupboard. But back here, you can see things hanging that this used to cover the old stove. Right here, these metal pans. You would put they used to have these old stoves that you would cover the stove as a decoration. You would cover these areas with them. Here's an old bread box, if you didn't know, or warmer. And what they did here is the things that got done, like pies and whatnot, if you were cooking dinner, you would stick your bread or pies in here, and this would keep them warm. Very efficient. I use one at home. Here's the old refrigerator. They would put ice in it, and you would keep your goods in there that you wanted to keep cold. You'd have an ice deliverer. He would come by on horse and bring you would buy blocks of ice. There's that. And you see just an array of things. Here's an old cupboard that's been here, and the floor is very caved, so to speak. But here's just a bunch of Log cabin syrup, cloves, Watkins, everything's Watkins, pepper, baking powder, cinnamon, cornstarch, 8 o'clock coffee. Ooh, I love 8 o'clock coffee. Just some old things. This said this safe is given to the Restoration Council, 103 years old, from St. Marian Church, John and Margaret. So this was given to John and Margaret from the church, and I can tell that Mouse in the House is in here. This drawer won't open, but as you can see in the cracks, there's little nests in there. And down in here, all this, just a plethora, collection of things. Everywhere you look, that's what you see. And I want you to just see the ceilings too. Paint cans. There's things hanging. Okay, and I want to show you something real close. This was a fancy dancy light back in the day. There was a little reflector in the center that was fancy. This would have been all it when you had electric put in and you could see something. But just look at everything that's there. Watkins again. Watkins. A little storage drawer. As you can see, just a little wooden storage drawer. They decorated the outer side of the drawer. That was nice. Okay, here we go. So, whew, look at this, an old grinder. Here, let me see if there's a way to show you. An old grinder. All kinds of lids. And an old thermostat. Does it work? Maybe. It says it's 65 degrees. Okay, look at here, you guys. Wheaties, Breakfast of Champions, Ubin coffee, a bunch of old coffee crates, old Rice Krispie boxes, Snow White. This man saved everything. Look. Mother's Oats. Now, it says Mothers with China. You guys, if you know what that means, please let me know. I don't know what China. It's like an additive. What is it? So just look. Oh, look at, here's a little cabinet in here. It says it was a cooling window. So this used to be the back of the home. I'll show you beyond here. Look at the old, this is something, the big round crate you see in the back. This is the top of the stove. It used to be an addition. If you were rich, you could put these. This is a bread breaker in the corner. If you had money, you could put those on the top of your stove and they would cook bread for you, or it would be like an addition to your stove. So you would have like 2 stoves going on because you could cook. And this says campfire marshmallows. Look at that. So just a little, everywhere you look, this place is just coated, 10 black eyes. The box contained, I don't know what black eyes were. Ice cream, toasts. And look at all the walls are cracking. But look, a corn cob. I don't know why a corn cob is stuffed up here in the corner like this. Can you see the corn cob? I don't know what that's about, everybody. But there is a corn cob. Look at a screen. So you could sift your flour. Here's Prince Albert. This is just great in here, you guys. Look at the old carpet. Crocks along the floor for the animals. Animal dishes. Alright, now this is what they built on afterwards. Here's the back door. But there is, back in here, this was his garage. And it's not a lot of light, but we'll let you guys see it for what it is. And there's things hanging all on the ceiling. An old laundry board, ironing board. I'll come down in here. But this was built on afterwards because he made shoes, he made saddles. So this was his workshop. There's lots of old things just sitting here. Irons, an old washing area, old washing baskets. Look at it. If y'all ever got your finger stuck in one of those, you'd remember it. We did that. I'm just telling you, they had these washers. Look at an old lantern right here in a glass case. Corked bottles, hand tools, and look at all these wooden crates. Camels. An old turkey on the wall. Oh my goodness. So as you can see, I don't know what that is. Maybe you guys would know what those mallets are. Look at, there's an old saddle blanket over there in the corner. But I'm trying to keep focused. It's hard here because there's so much to look at. An old college sign. Oil funnel. Chesterfield. Cigarettes. An old ad for Chesterfields. And look at all the cups. Can you see all the cups up here? Where they saved their old cans and made cups out of them. Let's see if you can find a way to... All their old vegetable cans and things, they cut the lids out and made cups out of them. I don't know how good that was. Wasn't there some kind of poisoning, lead poisoning, or poisoning that came from cans once upon a time? Ivory soap, y'all. Procter & Gamble. There's just so many things to see here. Something to dry your clothes on or dry whatnots. Look at that. Let's see if we can capture the age there. And I will definitely get pictures. This all has the liquid in the bottles. Canisters, crocks, drawers, just all kinds of things. Look at the cobwebs in the window. Okay, so moving along, I'm almost to the end here. Just a bunch of old kerosene warmer. I imagine that was much needed. An old steering wheel for something. Oh, look at this old pail. Very nice. Okay, everyone, here's some old saddles. Dutch Boy. Remember Dutch Boy lead paint? That's a no-no now. See? Yeah. It's not good to ingest. Okay, we're going to go upstairs, everybody. Here we go. This is the attic portion of this room, and I'll pan around one more time. I wish you could smell it. You can just smell the age when things are old. Okay, some very steep steps. And I heard some noise coming from up here earlier. But here, can you see this? This is just full of things. So I'm going to brave it. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're up in the attic. Let's see what's going on. And none of the electric works, as I told you. So there's an old cigar box. Just old things. An old, look like something for liquid to keep it cold. There's something going on in that corner. I don't know if it's a nest. What it is. Sawhorses, bottles, old pottery that's been broken. Oh, it's leaking. The ceiling's leaking. That's what I hear. Okay, and look at old seed sacks. Oof. And cobwebs. Cobwebs are all part of it. Old chairs. Look how they used to hang their chairs back in the day. Just beautiful chairs. I guess it saved on room when you hung a chair up. But here we go. We're just... I'm allowing you to look. Racks. Crates. Ooh, and the floor feels funny, y'all. old cases of whatnots, bits and bobs we call them. And we're in the back corner. Very old pillows. You know, the old pillows were that funny blue and white fabric just piled up here. And the window, there's a window haphazardly, but see there's holes. And there's a cat out there pooping. I don't know how to show you. You just can't make that stuff up. I don't think you can see that. Anyway, there we go. There's a cat out there. Looking at me up here like, what are you doing? Alright, so. There you go. Got a bunch of things just kind of sitting around. And I'll get pictures of all this stuff, you guys. But just beautiful old crates. I have a crate, something like this. But it's way older. Yeah. You can tell it used to have metal that were on the corners. The metal's been taken off. Or it was worn off. I don't know exactly what that is. It looks like an old army bag. And it's so old it won't open. It's like stiff. Alright, so that is it, you guys. There is a cellar area. Oh, it smells terrible, like animal up here. But there is a cellar. Look at how steep these are. There is a cellar, but it's not, like, you can't get into it. It's like an old-fashioned cellar from old that, it's like a mud, like a 3 feet mud crawl space. And you can see all the collection. So, imagine you're out in your workshop, and you just shut this and look at the original doorway. It's just so pretty. Look at that. The old knob, shiny knob. And the shade. Look at the old lock. That was how we used to lock doors, right? You all remember? Okay, so that's it, everybody. So I hope you enjoyed this beautiful, beautiful old home and shoe factory where everybody had long lives. And again, I don't know how much will be seen in the future. When I was talking to people, they said it would take so much money to get this restored. And there's no money there to do it with. It needs funding or grants. So, its future just lies in the balance. So we'll just kind of walk through one more time. I hope you've enjoyed this. Again, this is KorrinnWood, your sister of decay for the day, and I can't wait to see you on my next explore. Take care and be kind. Okay, so this is the outbuildings, and I'll try to show you what I can, if I can get in. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. We'll try this. That one's not going to give. So we'll come around here. And you can see the back real well. We'll show you inside. How's that? There we go. Here's inside one building. And again, you see all kinds of other antiques. It's just amazing. It just goes on and on and on and on. Here, let's see. Easy access. I like that. Okay, ready? Let's open this up. Look at here. And inside, there's a bunch of wood crates. There's old brick. There's things that, and it's a dirt floor. There's things, again, here's more bottles that have just collected throughout the years. There's so there's more. I mean, so many antiques in here. It's just sad that they're never going to be appreciated or used. And look in here. Oh, this is called the barrel room. There's a bunch of old barrels in here. You know, beverages, I imagine. And here's just some old, really nice old barrels. So I'll shut this all up. But I'll look in here, all the old cobwebs. Can you see all the cobwebs? Ah, I won't be walking through there. But just look, collections of old baskets. And you know, so many people would love to have this as part of their collection. That's why we really can't tell what this is in here or where it is, because there's just so much setting here. Just a complete plethora of things. And look at all the old leather straps. And up in there, there's just, I mean, boards are up there, just old lumber. You know how you think, well, maybe some other time I'll use that, right? So here's this. I'm gonna, whoops, come out of here and shut this up. Look at these old latches. Where's it at? Can you tell that? Latch that up. Nice. An old step ladder. You get it. So I'm going to come out of this one. And that was called the barrel house. Pretty nifty. So now I always say put things back the way they were. Sorry, I'm latching the barn right now. The best I can. So that people will think they can't get in it. Apparently it's a little challenging for me. There we go. So, got that latched up, got the lock on. Let me see if I can get the lock on there better. I'm thinking I can. Switch that, make it look locked. And then there's the barn. So we will see what the barn has. It's very mysterious. I haven't been in the barn yet, so I'm excited. Who knows what will be in here, right? And I don't know the correct way in. Like, do I go? Let's see. That looks really rotted, closed. Rotted and closed. This one looks like you could open it. But can you? We'll see. No, that won't open. This won't open, so we may not get into the big part of the barn. Hi, chickens. I don't know. Let's see. Oh, it's wide. It's wide open on this other side. Look at it. It's right backing up to a cemetery. How odd is that? Look at it. It's wide open, which is weird. Why would it be wide open? Okay. Let's just look at... Oh, okay. I don't know what to think of all this. You tell me what you think. There's just no explaining that. It's just loaded with things. I don't know. That doesn't open, so if I want to get in, I really have to want to get in. I don't know what's in here. You know me, I get really leery about things. Okay, we'll see. But with the cemetery next door, it kind of looks like maybe they use this as part of their, you know, cemetery stuff. I don't know, you guys. What do you think? Should I go up the stairs? I don't know. It looks like the ceiling's falling in over here. There's old machinery, old baskets, old chairs. Let's see if my other flashlight will get better. Can you see all that back in there? I don't know. It's hard telling what is upstairs. Let me see if I can do something without causing too much disruption. All right. Let's see. Well, I know, did you get to look up my nose? How was that? It just looks like I gotta go. I just gotta look. I'll go up just as far as I can. Yeah, let's climb this. You ready? I'm gonna let the camera get up here because it's such an old ladder. But can you see there's a bunch of old, more barrels, more furniture, just so much. All right, I'm going up one more. I got these really wet, uncomfortable boots on from walking out in the wet grass, but look at, there's just tools. There's old crates back in there, ammunition crates. There's Buchanan Go, Cincinnati. These are just a ton of crates. A ton of just stuff, old burlap bags with things in them. I'm not going to go over there, but you get the idea. So I'm going to come down the stairs now. I'm just down. So, there. As you can see, the barn is full of things. I bet this was an old cabinet that used to be in the old kitchen. If I were guessing, and I'm a guessing person. Okay, I need to get up. Ooh, the other side here. I know I'm making enough noise. No sneaking around here. Okay, and I'm going to try to shut the door. The door wasn't shut. As you saw, it was wide open, so that's weird. So again, there's like cemetery stuff. So I'm wondering if the cemetery uses this building. I don't know. There's that. Yeah, see, somebody's just been dinking around. They did not shut the door. So I'm going to shut it. And then we'll come back out. There's I think one more building. And the building was, I don't know if this was the smokehouse, but this is just full of old tire. Oh, how cute. That is cute. Chicky, chicky, chicky. So we're going to try to get a picture of that chicken sticking his head out. And I'll put it... Oh, he's not going to stick his head out. There he goes. He's hungry. He's eating vegetation. All right, anyway. So here's just a little, I don't know about this, you guys. I don't know if this is part of anything. But I'm going to come up here. So I showed you the barn. I showed you the barrel house. Next is the smokehouse. And then that will be it. So we'll see what we see in the smokehouse. There's just so much to look at. But look at this nice old house just sitting here. Okay, it says I'm running out of power, so I better hurry up and show you this last room. You ready? Here we go. Look at there. An old building, has an old stove, old pans. Oh my goodness. I will get pictures, you guys, and put it after the end because the light isn't that great in here. And the camera's about to shut down on me. So we'll get one more room here. And this must be the smoking house right in here because this is weird and creepy. Right? Chains that hang. More things again. So there you go. I hope you've enjoyed this. Okay. I will see you on my next explore, and I hope you like the surprise footage at the end. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.
through the night as evening falls behind us. Our footsteps leave no mark upon the snow. Let your spirit go, it will find us. We come adorned in spider web and dew, through woodland to the meadow. We come luminous and bright, dancing with the light and the shadow. The moon is calling us to play, a sacred light to guide us. The wild music leads us in a trance, spinning till the dance is inside us. The air is cold and echoes with the sound of laughter rising higher. With drums and bells we sing into the night, dancing in the light of the fire. Crystal song suspended, we fly on wings, diaphanous as light, dancing till the long night is ended. We come, ancient as the moon, as new as every season. We come as fire, as icicle, as leaf, suspend your disbelief and your reason. Feel us now surrounding you. We are the wind that kisses the trees. Feel us now inside of you, a fairy heart that's guiding you.